Well, we're fired up. Game 5 here with the Battle of Ontario. What's been your read on the series thus far?
Well, I mean, uh, first of all, I thought the Leafs were absolutely outstanding last game, and I thought they played the perfect game and lost. But I mean, I think Ottawa deserves one game, and they got their one game. And I mean, even though three games have been in overtime, I think the Leafs have been the better team all the time, and I think they'll finish it tonight. But I mean, it's been a good series. I mean, I wish it was in the 80s or 90s where there'd be a little more violence in the Battle of Ontario, but it's just the way the game's played now.
Yeah, they've obviously got away from that, right? Bruce, the skill comes over and it takes over. And again, we're talking about coin flip games here, right? 3 games going to overtime and where they've been. But, if Matthews took a rest day yesterday, you've been a part of the playoffs. Is there anything to read into that? And what's your takeaway from his performance so far in this series?
Well, first of all, we're talking where it's almost May. They don't need to be on the ice. Like uh, I mean, my best experience is when we were in the conference final and we'd gone through 7 game series and everything. I mean, I didn't want these guys to practice at all. Stay off the ice. I mean, if anything, where you need to get your legs going, you take a morning skate. But other than that, I mean, they've played almost 100 games now. They don't need they don't need to be on the ice every day. It's the equipment, putting in the equipment, as you know, Carter, on and off every day. That's the most tiring thing. When you get out there and you shoot pucks, that's okay. But I mean, it's just a drag putting on the equipment. But the series itself is, or what Austin Matthews, like I mean, I think we all get a little wound up because he's not being dominant offensively, but he's playing a very sound game. Like I mean, he is playing in a completely different role than he's had in the past, where he just was supposed to score. Now he kills penalties. Now he takes faceoffs. Now he's out there all the time when you need a last minute guy, and so I mean the goal scoring, I mean, he's been there, done that. He doesn't have to, like, there'll be a time maybe next year he's going to get 60 again. But I think right now he's pretty happy in the leadership role that he has, that he's doing everything all over the ice and he's doing it well. And it's one of the reasons that the Leafs have been so successful recently, or all
I
year,
think,
actually.
yeah, that's exactly it. And I think we're all waiting for that signature moment or game for Austin Matthews and the core four in general. Is that your belief that it's going to be these guys that get this team over the top here in round one?
Well, you know what? I don't think it's a core four anymore. It's a core five. Like, I mean, Matthew Knies is a rising superstar to me. Like, I mean, I'm not putting him in this category as a goal scorer, but he's got Jaromir Jagr's size at 6'3", 220 pounds, and he's like a bull in a china shop. And like, I mean, he doesn't mind the rough stuff. But the move he made in the goal in Ottawa I said, wow, that's skill right there. And he's got that kind of skill. And he's only been in the league 2+ years. And and he's young. I think next year is going to be the breakout year where he's going to get 40, especially if they sign Marner and Tavares and they keep the units together. So, I mean, but I think the core four has been great. I mean, I think I mean, they play a different style where they're not going to score 6, 7 goals every game. They're going to defend. I mean, let's face it, they block more shots than any team in the league. They're all 5 guys are back in the middle of the ice underneath the circles. I mean, I think it's great commitment by the Leafs and to playing the way Craig wants them to play, and that's why I think they're going to be successful this year.
Now, Bruce, obviously it's Leafland, right? So there's always something to talk about the crease and with Stolars and where you're at. And I think back to when you were with the Ducks with John Gibson and Frederik Andersen, when we started against you when I was with the Preds, and John Gibson started the series, and you're quick to go to Frederik Andersen. How quick are you to pull the trigger when you have a goalie like Anthony Stolars and a goalie like Joseph Wall, where the separation isn't much? You have two kind of 1A, 1B. Like, how do you play that out moving forward if you're Craig Berube?
Well, to me, if Stolars went in the net, and he's going to be in the net, I'm assuming tonight,
Yep.
that and he had a clunker, then is the time to go. The last thing I wanted to do, and the reason I made the change in that series, because we were down 2-0 when I changed from Gibson to Anderson. I mean, at 3-0, you can imagine yourself if Pekka is down 3-0 and they say, "Okay, Carter, you go in and win the series for us." It's quite a lot of pressure on him. You don't need to do that. So you do the game tonight and he plays. If he plays great, obviously you win the series. You're starting with him again. If he doesn't do good, then you've got the ability to make one move and put in Joseph Wall and put him in. And then if he doesn't do well, you come back with Stolarz for Game 7. So we'll see how he does tonight. He had won 11 in a row. I mean, you're allowed to have one little hiccup here. I mean, you just don't want it in the playoffs to be 2 or 3 hiccups.
Gabby, how important is it for the Maple Leafs to close this one out tonight?
Well, I mean, if you don't want to read a newspaper or watch a TV or listen to a radio show, you better close it out tonight, because it's just the way Toronto is, and we all know it. And it would be all the talk of everything. I mean, nobody would even know there was an election yesterday if the Leafs lose tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what'll be worse, but honestly, Brucey, like when you look at this lineup, right, there's been Robertson obviously going out, Pacioretty coming in. A loss, like in my past, and you've watched a lot in the playoffs, when there's a loss, there's usually a little bit of a change on the perimeter guys, right? Is there a change you think that we see tonight for the Leafs?
I would put Robertson back in myself, but I mean, I think they wanted to get the bigger, more physical guy. But to me, what's working with the Leafs is their speed and their quickness and their ability to check. I know Max has got the experience and everything else, but I think he's slowed down quite a bit, and he doesn't play on the power play. I mean, you could say he's on the second unit, but what do they get? 15 seconds? It's pretty hard to mount something when that happens. So I'd go back to the lineup that won them the first couple games and go from there. But that would be all. There's not much else you can do. Their defense are playing fine. I mean, you might allot a couple more minutes to somebody who you think is going well, or delete a couple minutes to somebody that's not going well. I mean, I wouldn't put it in the Los Angeles Kings boat where 4 defensemen play 30 minutes or anything. I mean, I don't think that's what the Leafs are about. I think that they've got 6D that play pretty good minutes, and they're all contributing. So I wouldn't change too much. I would say, hey, listen, they lost a game in overtime that I thought they should have won, and what did they allow Ottawa? 6 shots for 2 periods. I mean, you can't play much better than that. So, I mean, and they're in their building tonight. I think it's going to be a fairly loud building when they feel they can clinch the series. So I'm expecting them to finish it off. I'm expecting Ottawa to put up a good fight, but in the end, Ottawa, hey, we won a game. That's their reward.
Always careful with the morning skate, but it looks like the Leafs are not going to make any lineup changes here for game number 5 of the Battle of Ontario. Let's talk matchup game a bit, because I think that's obviously a big story, and I think you look at the home ice success throughout round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's been really, really impressive. If you're Craig Berube, what kind of matchups would you look to exploit here tonight?
Well, I mean, to me, Toronto's a best on best kind of team. They play their best against Ottawa's best, and that allows the minutes to be what they want to be. Because if you all of a sudden put the third line, say you've got a checking line, and you want to put them against, say, Kachuk's line, and if I'm the coach in Ottawa, I'm just double shifting the Kachuk line, because that's keeping the Matthews and the Tavares line off the ice. So I think with Toronto, it's a best on best kind of situation, and that's what would work. I mean, I'll take my best against your best, and my second best is better than your second best. Then when the third and fourth lines get out there, I still like the way they play, and I mean the speed they bring to the game, and you throw Max Domi's line out there, who's been pretty successful, and with zone time and everything else against whoever they played. So I'm thinking, I'm not telling anybody, but I'm thinking, hey, we're the better team. I'm just going to play these guys and not try to overcoach anything where I screw it up by overcoaching. I know what I've got, and I'm going to play it that way.
Yeah, Bruce, I've heard you say that before about overcoaching, and I think that's like a good point, right? And I feel like I've been part of teams where sometimes the micromanaging and makes things trickier. I got 2 quick questions here. Last for me, Brucey. What's your message to this team before Game 5? And how many beers you got in that Gatorade cooler?
Yeah, what's in that cooler, Gabby?
That was listen, my wife makes me, when I'm in a hotel for 3 or 4 days, she wants me eating properly. And as you can tell with my body that I eat properly. But there's nothing in that cooler anymore. She put it all in. And I wish there was a half a dozen beers, because all I do is sit in the room and watch hockey games at night. So it's, that's what it should be. But so I forgot your first part of the question. The
message. What's your message to the team before tonight?
My message to the team is you're the better team. You guys go play like you can, like we've been playing. Don't deviate from that. Let's not all of a sudden think we have to score 3 goals in the first period to win. Or we feel good when the score is tied. We feel good when it's a close game, and we usually come out on top. So just play the same way, but let's end it tonight. Let's not go on any further. Let's end this thing tonight.
Finish them, if you will. Gabby, you're the man. You're the best. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, you guys take care. We'll see you soon.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long-form interviews. We got clips. We got epic rants by Jay Roseau. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.